From characters like Shrek, who are literally said to weigh over 1,000 pounds, to other characters who are shredded on every part of their body, from head and their other parts. SML has a huge difference in fitness between all of their characters. And today, we're gonna take a look at all of them, from characters that are fat as crap, to the Greek chiseled gods of SML. And to start, we're gonna take a look at a character who we all know is the fattest, Shrek. Shrek definitely is the character that everyone thinks of when they think of incredibly overweight SML characters. But how overweight is he? Well, Shrek's diet in SML consists almost entirely of cheesecake, and not even a healthy amount of cheesecake either. His diet is literally just piles upon piles of cheesecake, often dozens at a time, even to the point of him getting sick and needing medical help sometimes. We've also seen him eat other unhealthy things, like eating a massive McDonald's meal in SML movie The Bird. But Shrek's most prominent example of eating something ridiculously huge, though, is in SML movie Mario's Thanksgiving Problem. In this video, we see Chef Pee-Pee cook a massive Thanksgiving dinner for the entire family that lives at the apartment. But when Shrek eats it, he gets tempted to have a snack, and really can't help but eat the entire meal.
I'm gonna eat it! Oh, don't get... Oh, I can't eat another bite. Oh, maybe I can.
All right, Chef Pee-Pee. So Rosalina said she's gonna be here in about 10 minutes.
On top of all of this, Mario just flat out claims that Shrek weighs like over 1,000 pounds in SML movie Shrek's diet. So I think Shrek is definitely the worst, but you guys might disagree with these next two characters. The first of which being Atso. We meet Atso for the first time in SML movie First Day of School. And putting aside the fact that his name is just Fatso without an F, Jackie Chu says for all of us what we're thinking when we meet him for the first time.
What's your name?
My name's Atso, and short for Fatso, because I'm fat.
You are fat as shit!
That's what my friends tell me.
Since this, Atso has had a huge hiatus from SML, before eventually reappearing again in SML videos like SML movie Jeffy's hot dog eating contest and SML movie Brooklyn Guys Clones. Both of these videos have Atso eating a copious amount of food. He also only seems to focus on food in basically every appearance that he's in, even pointing out that the Nazi cheeseburger that Judith brings in looks delicious, while everyone else is insulting it. But I mean, hey, at least he tries to drink Diet Pepsi when we first meet him, so he's doing good in some sense. But to finish off this category, let's look at the character that Brooklyn Guy might tell you is the fattest character in SML, that being his tubby ex-wife, Deborah. Deborah is an interesting character, in the sense that most of the time we learn about Deborah, it's usually when she's not on screen. Most of the information we hear about Deborah comes from whenever Brooklyn Guy decides to rant about Deborah, telling how much of a fat piece of crap she is. Like how she loves to shovel food in her mouth, and how she got a train run on her in the Walmart parking lot. These fat insults finally got a face put to the name when we're finally able to meet Deborah in SML movie Brooklyn Guy's Missing Wife, where we see her and find out that Brooklyn Guy was not exaggerating at all, where she is shown to be disgusting, and Brooklyn Guy brings tons of food to motivate her, like huge burgers, fries, tacos, and more. She also just flat out admits that she weighs 600 pounds, making her incredibly obese, with her only planning on gaining more and more weight.
Oh, are you gonna ask me my weight?
No.
600 pounds!
So that's the end of the fat as crap category, letting us move forward to the next category of characters who aren't gonna break every chair they sit in, but are certainly still overweight. And to start off, let's look at our first character, Chief Watch You Pee. Hilarious name aside, Chief Watch You Pee, or Greg, is certainly one of the most fat looking SML characters, truly rivaling bowling pins for having the most curved shaped body type. Jokes aside, he's clearly pretty hefty, not even possibly being able to wear a shirt to cover his massive belly, with characters like Mr. Goodman even commenting on the ridiculousness of it.
But I have a question. Why are your tits out?
Yeah, I was wondering the same thing. I just didn't want to ask.
I forgot my shirt.
However, it's extremely likely that we saw Greg even earlier than this episode, as Wohi Big in SML movie Fat Jr., where he's shown to be a sumo wrestler that takes on Junior when he becomes super fat. When we consider that sumo wrestlers have an average weight of at least 330 pounds, that makes him one of the more overweight characters in SML history. And we also see Wohi Big again in SML movie The Unretirement, where he tried to break Dak's knees by running into him, but he's so overweight and slow that Dak dodged him easily, leading to Wohi Big falling off the railing and getting hurt. This guy clearly has a pretty large weight, but he has a simple advantage in the fact that he's an athlete of sumo wrestling, and he at least pulls that weight to good use, which is something we cannot say about our next character, Nancy. I don't know about you guys, but I certainly don't look at Nancy and think that this lady's in good shape. In fact, she's about as far off as you can get from that. Nancy's first appearance in SML movie Jeffy's Parents shows her as incredibly overweight and smoking a cigarette, contributing to the idea that she does not take health or fitness very seriously.
Hello?
Jeffy, is that you? Come to mommy, sweetie.
We also see that she did cocaine, at least when Jeffy and Phoebe were younger, and drink alcohol like crazy. Her addictions to smoking and drinking led her lapse of judgment to take Phoebe's helmet to use as an ashtray, leading to Jeffy and Phoebe riding their bikes together and Phoebe passing away after being hit by a car. This unhealthiness is even worse for her when we consider the fact that she casually drops that she might be a little sick and a little pregnant in her first appearance as well, causing bad health for her and the baby as well. So Nancy is clearly one of the most obviously unhealthy characters. And we can easily say the same thing about this next character on our list, Junior. When we look at Junior, especially when he's sitting next to his friends or Chef Pee-Pee, we can pretty quickly notice that he competes with lard balls for how fat and round he is, with Chef Pee-Pee hilariously pointing this out for Junior in episodes like SML movie Bowser Jr.'s All-Nighter.
Stupid. Well, how about I eat it then?
What? No, Chef Baby, you're fat. You don't need a cookie.
How you gonna call me fat? You're the tubbiest one, you fat ass.
Well, I'm not chubby. Am I chubby, guys?
Pretty tubby.
I mean, you get in there.
Besides this massive roast from Chef Pee-Pee, Junior doesn't do himself any favors with the way he eats and presents himself. We see he loves drinking soda to an unhinged degree in videos like SML movie Bowser Jr.'s Allergy, and we also see that he's obsessed with unhealthy cereals like Cookie Crisp in SML movie The Lamb, even causing him to wish that all of the food on Earth was Cookie Crisp. This stupid wish then causes everyone on the whole planet to get diabetes from eating nothing but unhealthy cereal for every meal. We also see him become the king of all tubby people in SML movie The New Chef. In this episode, Junior and his dad tried to get rid of Chef Pee-Pee's awful cooking, and as such, they decide to hire a new chef, with that chef being Gordon Ramsay, whose constant cooking causes Junior to grow enormously fat and overweight, to the point where he almost can't even move anymore and needs help to get around.
I'll grab the remote.
Speaking of characters who got fat, let's move on to the next overly basketball-shaped character, Fat Jeffy. Jeffy has been in so many SML movies that he has had tons of variations in size, weight, and appearance. But one of the most hilarious examples we've seen of his weight is in SML movie Fat Jeffy. In this video, we see that Mario tries to feed Jeffy green beans while eating pizza in front of him, causing Jeffy to freak out and throw his plate, demanding a better meal for Mario to give him. This causes Mario to just give up arguing with Jeffy, instead giving a plate of junk food topped with candy, desserts, chocolate syrup, and even Mario's pizza to top it off. Cut to a couple months later, and we see Jeffy go on to continue this diet, leading him to be hilariously obese looking and being unable to reach 2 feet in front of him for anything. He asks for another Twinkie and fails to get it, and this causes Mario to finally decide to get him some help. They call a Brooklyn guy who tries to help Jeffy with exercise and proper dieting in order to lose some weight and get back to a normal weight.
There you go.
Jeffy, are you okay?
Yeah, Dad. I just need some candy.
This whole ordeal of trying to help Jeffy helps them remember that they are, in fact, just puppets, and they can do whatever they want in order to lose weight. And this leads to Brooklyn Guy suggesting Jeffy get a liposuction. He performs surgery, causing Jeffy to get back to a much more reasonable weight, which really just means Logan took off his fat suit because they're in puppet land. But while we're on the category of characters with dad bods, we can't just skip over Marvin. Marvin's most defining characteristic by far in SML is the fact that he's always sitting on the red couch, never going anywhere or even making any effort to move around and do things, and certainly never exercising. Unfortunately for him, being this lazy and out of shape has certainly had pretty hefty consequences for him, like not being able to get a job and pay Goodman on time for the house payment, or even causing him to be weak and defenseless when his family is being attacked. We see an example of this in SML movie Jeffy's Big Idea, where Simmons tries to rob Rosalina after being paid by Super D, and Mario only responds by running away and not defending his family. We also see his lack of strength to be shown in much more hilarious ways, like in SML movie Marvin's Revenge, where in this video we see that Marvin and Rosalina got robbed by 2 Russian robbers, and when Marvin tries to follow them across the world and get revenge for robbing him, he gets absolutely demolished by them after throwing the first punch from being so out of shape.
Psych!
Hey, you hit my husband, you piece of shit.
He hates gay people.
What? No, that's not what it is. I was.
Kick his ass.
So Marvin certainly takes the dad bod title very seriously. But what about Bowser? Unfortunately for Bowser, he's got to have one of the biggest fall-offs in SML when it comes to how fit he was comparing to how fat he is now. Back in the old days of SML, Bowser was not someone you would want to mess with, as he would certainly screw you up, as he did with plenty of other characters, unless your name was Mama Luigi, oddly enough. As SML went on though, Bowser really became attached to watching Charlie and Friends, and not really ever moving from his bed. This obsession came with doing nothing most days, and having Chef Pee-Pee cook for him and literally do everything. Because of this laziness, he has suffered some pretty brutal smackdowns to people much more fit than him. Like when he lost the smackdown to Bully's dad, just like Junior did in SML movie Bowser Jr. Learns Karate. Looking even more forward to today with Braxton instead, his outfits show all we need to see, with him wearing undershirts and bunny slippers, making it exceedingly clear that he never had any plans to change his habits anytime soon, showing us that Braxton is pretty unfit. He definitely needs to go to the gym, but that would actually require him to leave the house, which is clearly not going to happen anytime soon. So that's the end of the characters on the first half of this list who could all lose a few pounds and hit the weights a little bit, but now we can finally look at some characters that are actually in shape. And to start, let's look at Jackie Chu. Jackie Chu is a character that most people might not assume is in shape or is even that strong, but throughout his time on the channel, he's shown his underrated strength in quite a few ways. We see in SML movie Bowser Jr. Learns Karate that he's actually pretty strong and well trained in karate, with him easily being able to break a board with no problems.
No way.
We've also seen that he's able to keep up with Jeffy and fight Jeffy back with his own Dragon Ball powers in SML movie Jeffy Ball Z, putting up a strong fight until Jeffy ultimately defeated him. He also keeps himself trained by fighting the Fly, a fly that supposedly killed his grandfather. But it's definitely possible that he doesn't really stay that strong fighting the Fly, but who knows. It's still more effort to exercise than some of the early entries on this list. But moving on, let's take a look at a true athlete, D-Money. D-Money had his first appearance in SML movie Rosalina's Ex-Boyfriend, where he claims to be the world heavyweight boxing champion, and we see that he lives up to that. Mario wants to fight him and keep Rosalina's honor, because he thinks Rosalina's gonna leave him. But sadly for Mario, D-Money has a little too much experience with boxing and staying in shape. He absolutely demolishes Mario 3 times in a row, knocking him out and constantly giving him bruises and a black eye, until he just fakes it and lets Mario win.
Oh man, you ready to fight? Right, tap gloves, tap gloves. Oh no, my blind side's left wide open. I hope nobody hits my blind side. Oh, don't do it. Oh, for the record, I'm still undefeated.
On top of all of these feats, we see he continues to stay in shape boxing throughout the years when we see him again in SML movie Jeffy the Boxer. In this video, we see that Junior, Jeffy, Joseph, and Cody have a good time watching Jeffy knock out people to fight Floyd Mayweather. But instead of fighting him, they end up fighting D-Money instead, who has a 50-0 record. Jeffy ends up fighting him and wearing him down, causing him to win the fight. But D-Money is clearly putting up a fight, showing how in shape he really is. But to finish off our in shape characters, let's take a look at the other boxer in SML, that being the character with the dumbest name, Candy Randy. Candy Randy is a boxer like D-Money, but even though he doesn't look like the most fit guy, he really is, funnily enough. We see that in videos like SML movie Brooklyn Guy's Big Fight. In this video, we see that Brooklyn Guy was bullied by Candy Randy as a kid, and as such, he doesn't want to see him anytime soon. Marvin eventually trains Brooklyn Guy to be able to fight Candy Randy in a boxing match, but despite all of his and Marvin's effort, Candy Randy was just too much of an expert in boxing, and as such, absolutely demolished Brooklyn Guy, even with Marvin helping him to fight. Feats like this show that even though he's not totally shredded, he's got some subtle fitness hiding inside of him. So those are our characters who at least know what a gym looks like. But what about our characters who are about as peak strength as it comes? Well, to look at those, let's first start off with peak Jeffy. Jeffy has had his bad days where he's fat as crap like we saw earlier in the video. But on his good days, the boy is jacked. One of the biggest examples we can see of this is in SML movie Jeffy's Tantrum, where we literally see Jeffy give his arms a nice workout, throwing the couch completely over the ledge, wrecking it in the process. We also saw him beat up tons of people in SML movie Jeffy the Boxer, like we mentioned earlier. Jeffy's most infamous act of showing off his muscles come to us in SML movie Jeffy the Wrestler. In this video, we see Jeffy and his friends donate canned goods to their favorite wrestler, Bone Crusher. Jeffy eventually wins the contest, but whenever it's time for Jeffy to get in the ring with Bone Crusher, he's able to easily overpower Bone Crusher, full on killing a wrestler who certainly has experience in the ring and no doubt in the gym as well.
1, 2, 3. He's dead!
You could say that wrestling is fake, and Jeffy didn't beat the strength of the guy, but regardless of this example only, Jeffy is definitely not weak when it comes to showing off his strength. But moving on though, let's take a look at a character that can't help but try to tell everybody that he's got some nice washboard abs. That character being Cody. One of the longest running jokes in SML was Cody claiming to be hunky, even though this was definitely a lie, with him trying to convince everybody that he does in SML movie Cody's Happy Hanukkah.
What do you mean?
Is that supposed to be you?
Of course, I mean, look at my face, that's clearly me.
But that's not your body, Cody.
What? It's got my face right on it. I mean, we went to a studio and had that done.
However, this all changed a few years down the line in SML movie Hunky Cody, where Cody has to take off his shirt after spilling syrup on it, leaving Junior and Joseph to be absolutely amazed at how hunky he is. This amazement of how shredded he is was shared by Penelope when they get to school later, causing her to be super attracted to him. Junior and Joseph try to get Cody to teach them how to be as hunky as he is, but Cody drops the truth bomb on them, telling them that they can't eat McDonald's anymore, and that he literally does 2,000 sit-ups every single morning to get the body that he has. Junior and Joseph hear this and definitely say screw that, and as such, Cody keeps his hunkiness all to himself. But to finish off this category, let's look at the only other character who Cody might consider as hunky as himself, our favorite doll, Ken. If we put aside the fact that Ken is, well, a doll, Ken is certainly about as in shape as a regular person can get. Every time we see him with his shirt off, he's got some incredibly amazing abs. These amazing abs and muscles definitely draw Cody to him, who, as we all know, handles this attraction in some interesting ways.
Salmon? Ew, I'm more of a tilapia guy.
Tilapia? What's tilapia?
It's a type of fish, you know, you eat it a lot. Like
Ew.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Is Cody having a seizure?
It looks like a party, dude.
Let's go check on him.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
We even see that when Ken transforms into human Ken, that he's still shredded, letting Cody and him continue their quote-unquote activities even easier. Ken's workout program isn't super clear, but if you ask Cody, it probably comes from a mix of working out and playing in the NBA. Or he's just a doll made of plastic. That also works too. Moving on to our final category, we have the characters that are no short of having the physiques of some Greek gods, truly reaching the pinnacle of fitness in SML. And to start out, let's take a look at one of the first one of Rose's ex-boyfriends, Brad. You should also get used to seeing Rose's exes in this section, by the way. But are you even surprised? Brad made his first appearance in SML movie Jeffy Almost Drowns. In this video, Marvin, Rose, and Jeffy decide to go to the beach for the day. But when they get there, Jeffy almost drowns in the ocean, leaving him to be saved by the lifeguard there at the beach. The lifeguard turns out to be Brad, and when we meet him, we see that he's gorgeous, being absolutely sculpted with a perfect body and a nice tan. Rose wants to thank Brad for saving Jeffy, but Marvin doesn't want to thank him because he's jealous of Brad for obvious reasons. Eventually, after some back and forths, and after Brad almost having a near-death experience, he eventually leaves. And we see him again in SML movie The Teacher Crush, where in this video, he helps Jackie Chu by being the substitute teacher for the class. But his nice body and good looks makes Penelope absolutely swoon over him, much to his discomfort, casually reminding her that he's a lot older and she needs to calm down.
That's fucking weird.
Huh?
Well, I'm like 25 and I'm married and you're a kid, so I could go to jail. Nor would I even really want to do any of this stuff.
Moving on past that strangeness, let's move on to the next entry on the list, where we actually have a tie for two super fit characters, that being Super D and Super Big D. We first meet Super D in SML movie Jeffy's 16th birthday, where he's introduced as a superhero and another one of Rosalina's ex-boyfriends. No surprise there. When we see him on screen though, we can see that he's got the superhero abs down to a T, and he's so shredded that his muscles bulge through his shirt. The strength that he has isn't all looks though, as he's actually shown to have super strength. Later on, we find out in the video SML movie Jeffy's Crayons that Rose actually has another superhero boyfriend that has the not so subtle name of Super Big D. And when we meet him, we find out that he's just as fit as Super D, but also on a pretty similar strength level to him as well. During the video, we see that the two superheroes both want Rose, and as such, they decide to fight each other to see who gets to be with her. The two guys keep fighting, and their fight drags on as they're pretty evenly matched. But during the fight, both of them keep getting distracted by each other's abs, leading them to have a very interesting conversation in the middle of their fight.
Thanks, you mind if I touch him?
Sure, if I could touch yours.
Oh, yeah, of course. Oh man, those are
Nice.
Those are really.
What's going on?
Hold on, I'm feeling something here.
What are you feeling? Wait, this isn't right.
They try to continue their fight, but they keep getting distracted by each other and realize that Rose isn't worth fighting for. So eventually, they just leave with each other, but not before giving each other a nice smack on the butt. And to end this list off, the most fit character in SML, without a doubt, is super huge, long-lasting, big girthy D. In SML movie The Avengers of D, we see that Rose, Marvin, and Jeffy are watching TV, and they see Super D on the news again, with Marvin rightfully being annoyed. Right on cue after this, Super D and Super Big D come in to tell Rose that they're trying to save her, and when she asks who, super long-lasting big girthy D comes right in.
That's Sam. He's one of my ex-boyfriends after Super D and Super Big D left me.
Why is he dressed like a Ninja Turtle and why is his tail on the front of his costume?
What tail?
It's a tail. Put it away.
Super ridiculously long name guy plans on taking Rose, and Marvin, Super D, and Super Big D try to stop him, but he's easily able to overpower every single one of them. Eventually, they get the idea to form a team and take them all on together, and almost lose this battle as well, until he decides to take a look at what's in Marvin's pants, and then gets distracted enough to where Marvin can beat him up after this. Stupid name aside, he is without a doubt the most fit character in SML, as he is just as fit as the other two superhero boyfriends, with the difference that he's buff on every part of his body. As insane as those implications are, it's best if you try not to think about it that hard. That was a lot of fit and fat people, but you should definitely subscribe. And if you're still here, click the video on screen. I'm sure you'll love it.